the relentless pursuit of mastery. Let me tell you something. Self-confidence is not something you're born with. It's something you build. And building it, it's painful. It's ugly. It's war. Most people want confidence the easy way. They think if they say the right words, think happy thoughts, and believe in themselves, they'll magically feel powerful. That's bullshit. Confidence comes from one thing and one thing only: doing the hard work when no one is watching. It comes from waking up when you're exhausted, pushing through the pain, and proving to yourself, not to anyone else, that you can keep going. You see, most people quit before they even start. They let fear run their lives. They listen to that weak voice in their head that says, "You're not good enough." But guess what? That voice is a damn liar. And the only way to shut it up is to prove it wrong through action. Want confidence? Go out and earn it. Start small. Do something uncomfortable every day. Push yourself past the point where you usually stop. Get addicted to the grind. And when life knocks you down, and trust me, it will, get back up and fight harder. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you confidence on a silver platter. You have to take it. You have to own it. You have to suffer for it. And when you do, when you truly put in the work day after day, something crazy happens. You start to believe in yourself, not because someone told you to, but because you've earned the right to. That's confidence. That's power. That's unstoppable. Now, get out there and build it. No excuses. No shortcuts, just work. Callous your mind. Your mind is soft, weak. It's been coddled for too long. You avoid pain. You seek comfort. And that's exactly why you break down the moment life punches you in the face. Listen, pain isn't the enemy. Discomfort isn't the enemy. Weakness is. And the only way to kill that weakness is to callous your mind like a fighter hardens his fists. Think about a boxer. He doesn't just wake up one day and throw knockout punches. His knuckles have been smashed against bags, bones, and walls over and over. He's felt the sting of impact, the bruises, the blood, but over time, his fists become weapons. Now ask yourself, is your mind a weapon or is it soft? Every time you take the easy way out, every time you quit when it gets hard, every time you let fear decide your actions, you're keeping your mind soft. You're avoiding the pain, and because of that, you'll never be ready for war. So what do? You lean into it. You put yourself in situations where you struggle, where you suffer, where you want to quit, but you don't. You show up when it sucks. You keep going when everything in you is screaming to stop. You do it again and again. Because every time you push through pain, every time you refuse to quit, you're building calluses in your mind. Thicker, stronger, harder. You're creating a version of yourself that doesn't break, doesn't fold, doesn't back down. But this isn't a one-time thing. It's a daily battle, a lifestyle, a relentless pursuit. You don't wake up one day with a callous mind. You earn it. Layer by layer, through every hardship you refuse to run from. And here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Do the hard shit. Most people run from the hard stuff. They look for shortcuts. They pray for an easier life. And then they wonder why they feel weak, why they don't trust themselves, why they crack under pressure. Let me tell you something. Confidence, discipline, mental toughness, none of that comes from doing what's easy. It comes from walking straight into the fire. It comes from making yourself do the hard shit, even when every fiber of your being is begging you to quit. You don't want to wake up early? Wake up earlier. You don't want to work out? Train twice as hard. You don't want to have that tough conversation? Go do it now. Every time you choose the easy path, you make a deposit in the bank of weakness. And one day when life hits you with some real shit, a failure, a loss, a tragedy, you're going to check that account and realize it's empty. You got nothing. You're broke. But when you choose suffering, when you seek out the hardest path, when you deliberately put yourself in the fire, you build something inside you that can't be broken. You learn to operate in chaos. You learn to stay calm when most people panic. You develop a mind that says, I don't care how bad it hurts. I'm going to finish. Look at your life right now. Be honest. Where are you playing it safe? Where are you avoiding the work? Where are you backing down when you should be stepping up? That's the problem. That's the weakness you need to attack. And the only way to fix it, you go straight into the shit you don't want to do. The stuff that scares you, the stuff that pushes you, the stuff that makes you uncomfortable. That's where growth happens. You don't become a machine by reading about discipline. You don't become unstoppable by watching motivational videos. You become unstoppable by embracing suffering and doing the hard shit over and over until your body and mind adapt. And if you think you're doing enough, think again. No one cares. Work harder. Let's get something straight. Nobody gives a damn about your excuses. Nobody cares that you're tired. Nobody cares that life is unfair. Nobody is coming to save you. You can sit there and cry about how hard life is, or you can get the hell up and put in the work. Because at the end of the day, results don't give a shit about your feelings. Too many people walk around waiting for someone to pat them on the back. They want sympathy. They want motivation. They want somebody to say, it's okay, take a break. But here's the truth. The world doesn't owe you a damn thing. The only way you get better, the only way you build something real is by outworking every excuse, every limitation, every obstacle in your path. You're tired? Good. Work anyway. You're in pain? Perfect. Keep pushing. You feel like quitting? That's the moment you go even harder. Because here's the thing, while you're sitting there making excuses, someone else is grinding. Someone else is suffering on purpose. Someone else is getting up at 4 a.m., running in the cold, putting in the reps, and doing everything you're not willing to do. And guess what? They're going to pass you. This life is a battlefield. And on that battlefield, nobody cares about your sob story. Nobody cares how unfair life has been to you. You either show up and put in the work, or you get left behind. Period. So stop looking for validation. Stop waiting for someone to push you. Push yourself. Find that dark place inside you where weakness dies and let that fuel you. Because when you stop whining, when you stop making excuses, when you stop looking for an easy way out, that's when you become dangerous. And if you think you're working hard now, think again. Failure is the blueprint. Most people are terrified of failure. They tiptoe through life, avoiding risk, playing it safe, doing just enough to stay comfortable. And then when shit doesn't go their way, they break, they quit, they cry about how life is unfair. That's weakness. That's why they stay the same. Let me tell you something. Failure isn't the enemy, it's the blueprint. It's the thing that separates the weak from the strong, the ones who win from the ones who make excuses. Because every time you fail, every time you fall flat on your face, every time you screw up, that's data. That's feedback. That's your shot to get better. But most people don't see it that way. They fail once and suddenly, oh, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe. That's the mindset of someone who's already lost. Failure is a test. It's the fire that burns away the weak parts of you. It exposes the holes in your game, the places you're soft, the things you need to fix. And if you're smart, you don't run from it, you lean into it. You study it, you use it as fuel. You ever wonder why the toughest, baddest people on the planet have a history of getting their asses kicked? Because they kept coming back again and again. They failed more times than most people even tried. They got laughed at. They got counted out. But instead of quitting, they they sharpen their edge. Most people don't have the guts to do that. They take failure personally. They let it define them. But the real ones, they take failure and turn it into a weapon. You fail a test? Good. Now you know what to study. You bomb a workout? Perfect. Now you know your weakness. You get rejected? Great. Now you know you need to level up. See, life isn't about avoiding failure. It's about how many times you can take a hit, learn from it, and keep moving forward. Every time you get back up, you get stronger. Every loss is building you into something unstoppable. But most people never get there because they let failure break them. They don't see the lesson, the opportunity, the blueprint staring them right in the face. And that's why they stay exactly where they are year after year, wondering why nothing changes. So ask yourself right now, are you using failure or is failure using you? Because if you're still afraid to fail, you're already losing. And if you think you failed too much, let me tell you something. Dominate the weak voice in your head. I don't care. That voice in your head, in you, the one that tells you to slow down, to take it easy, you keep grinding, to quit when things get hard. You keep that voice putting in the work. Your enemy, because that's what you don't learn to dominate it from the strong. It will own you for the rest of your life. The ones that who make excuses is the reason you hit snooze. Who make that history. Voice is the reason and you stay exactly where you given everything you have, making the same excuses. Push as far as you can go. It's soft. And it's been running the show for too damn long. No excuses. Most people no shortcuts. Don't even realize they're being controlled. At the end of the day, nobody is going to do this for you. Nobody is going to wake you up early, force you to train, push you past your limits, or make you believe in yourself. You've done enough. That's on you. And guess what? Most people listen. So confident isn't something they let that voice convince them to stop, to back off, to stay in their comfort zone. And every time they do work, they're feeding weakness. But if you want to be different, showing up every single day, whether you feel like it or not, how to shut that voice down. And you have to make yourself that you are stronger. And the only way to do that, you push stronger than the pain every time, and stronger than the when that voice says telling you I'm tired. You do 10 more reps. You want confidence? When that voice says earn it. I need a break. You want go discipline? Twice as hard. When that voice says you want to be unstoppable, you prove it wrong. Stay in the fight. Because the more you put ignore that voice, the weaker it gets. And the weaker it show up and dominate every single day. Look, I don't care how mentally tough you think you are. You stop questioning that yourself. Weak voice never goes away. Stop doubting your abilities. It's always there. Stop needing outside validation. Because you've already trained yourself to recognize over and over. If you make it a habit to fight back every single time, you will become a machine. When you become dangerous. And that's when the game changes. So stop waiting. Stop because while everyone else is giving in, for quitting, path, complaining, there and build the kind of confidence you're out there dominating, shaking. So ask yourself right now, no shortcuts, are you in control? No handouts. That weak voice still running your life? Because if you're still letting it win, you're still playing small. And if you think you've been fighting it hard enough, let me tell you something. Stay in the fight. Life is a war, a constant, relentless battle. And the only way you win, you stay in the damn fight. Most people don't have the stomach for it. They get knocked down once and they stay down. They let life beat them. They let their circumstances define them. They sit around feeling sorry for themselves, waiting for things to get easier. But here's the truth. It never gets easier. You get tougher. You get smarter. But only if you stay in the fight. Everybody wants to be great until it's time to suffer. Everybody wants confidence until they realize they have to earn it through pain, discipline, and failure. That's where people break. That's where they tap out. But the ones who refuse to quit, the ones who take the hits, wipe the blood off their face and keep swinging, those are the ones who come out on top. Because this fight isn't just about what's happening around you. It's about the war inside you. Every day you're fighting against your own doubts, your own weaknesses, your own mind trying to convince you to stop. And every day you have a choice. Listen to that weakness or keep pushing forward. There's no magic formula, no shortcut. You either stay in the fight or you lose.